From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. Most Canadians believe the country is making good progress on reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. The new poll from Leger puts that number at 55%, but the respondents' answers vary widely depending on age groups. 40% of respondents aged 18 to 24 said Canada was making progress, while 67% of respondents 65 and older said the same. Jack Jedwab, President and CEO of the Association for Canadian Studies, said he was surprised to see such a large number of respondents reporting progress, given the many issues in the Crown-Indigenous relationship still unresolved. U.S. President Donald Trump, meantime, suggested yesterday that a new trade deal with the European Union is looking 50-50. He told reporters that the Europeans would have to first buy down their tariffs. As for Canada, the prospect of American tariffs being lifted took another step backward. Trump said yesterday that Canada could be one of those countries where they just pay tariffs, not really a negotiation. A 35% tariff on Canadian goods not covered by the Canada-U.S.-Mexico agreement is set to go into effect on August 1st. World leaders, aid organizations, and the United Nations are all warning that the humanitarian crisis in Gaza is getting much worse, with people now starving to death. Reporter Tom Soufi-Burridge has more.
At just 6 months old, Zainab Abu Halib is fighting to survive. Her body is severely malnourished. 4-year-old Razan Abu Zahir is also in a critical state. But Zainab and Razan are just two of tens of thousands of children in Gaza who the UN says are starving. And in the days after we filmed at this hospital in central Gaza, doctors say little Razan died.
Out west now, where people who provide help to newcomers in Alberta say there's been an uptick in hostility towards immigrants as debates unfold over Canada's immigration system. Kelly Ernst with the Centre for Newcomers in Calgary says its workers are increasingly being harassed and people often walk by screaming at the centre. Ernst acknowledges the population of newcomers in Canada and Alberta has spiked, but says immigrants shouldn't be used as scapegoats for housing and infrastructure issues. And finally, a severe heat wave is threatening the U.S. Northeast and the Midwest, with a heat index reaching upwards of 38 degrees Celsius. Reporter Perry Russom is at the National Mall in Washington, D.C.
Here at the Washington Monument, the extreme heat forcing the National Park Service to shut things down. They do not want people waiting in line in this heat with fears they could pass out.
The extreme heat is taking on the U.S. Southeast this weekend through early next week, with the feel-like temperature ranging anywhere from 39 to 45 degrees Celsius. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Trevor Harris threw for 268 yards and 2 touchdowns as the West Division leading Saskatchewan Roughriders improved to 6-1 on the season with a 21-18 victory over the Edmonton Elks. Edmonton QB Cody Fajardo totaled 346 passing yards and 2 touchdowns in his first start of the season. The Toronto Blue Jays are on top of the league. The Red Hot Jays improving to a Major League best 62-42 with a 6-2 win over the Detroit Tigers. Toronto has won 3 games in a row and 7 of its last 8 since the All-Star break. Elsewhere in the MLB, Kyle Schwarber hit a pair of 2-run homers to lift the New York Yankees up and over the Philadelphia Phillies 12-5. And Athletics rookie Nick Kurtz is in the record book after a spectacular performance, becoming the first rookie in a Major League season to hit 4 home runs in a game, going deep in the 2nd, 6th, 8th, and 9th innings in a 15-3 win over the Houston Astros. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.